last carts around the final corner. There's Brandon Nielsen in the gold cart pulling into spot. There's Irlando on screen. Anxious, psyched, fired up, ready to go. Pumps the accelerator. Green flag from the back of the grid. 4 red lights. When they go out, we are racing, which is right now. An incident further back in this field. It looks like Iacovacci. Irlando has rocketed into the lead ahead of Federer. Vigano in third. So it's Italy 1, 2, and 3 as they round turn number 1 for the first time. A relatively clean start. I don't think we've lost a single driver. Irlando blocks the inside. Federer right up behind him. Cilenta further back in the field. Coming under pressure from Matteo Zanchi. Irlando will have to close the door, and he does, because Federer is still right behind him. Vigano in third spot. Dylan Davies, the Dutchman in the CRG, looks as though he's made a great start into fourth. Federer is in the slipstream. What a run he had on his countryman. Irlando blocked the inside. He's entitled to do that. He's the race leader, but not anymore, because Fabian Federer has gone through into the lead. Irlando back to second. Then it's Vigano. Stan Pexit is the first of the CRGs. The Dutchman splits the Italians. He's in fourth spot. Then his countryman, Dylan Davies. Lorandi is sixth. Vigano, he's also got past Irlando, who tries to respond. Lorandi up the inside of Davies. Kramer's also getting involved just ahead of Cilenta. Look at Federer, though. While the battle has been going on for second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, Fabian Federer, the European champion of 6 years ago, is starting to pull away. Vigano sideways onto the straight to start lap number 2. Under pressure from Irlando. Pex in fourth. The first of the CRG battle after Federer, the race leader. His countryman Davies behind him. Vigano goes wide. Irlando wants to respond. He started off pole. He's back in third. So it's CRG leading Top Kart, leading Energy, and then another couple of CRGs in Pex and Davies down the inside. Oh, Pex really thought about making a move there on the pole sitter. Thought better of it. There's still 22 laps remaining in the second round of the European Championships here at Adria International Raceway. Over the ripple strip goes Matteo Vigano. You'd hate to be that Shazzy, absolutely getting belted down through the Magny-Cours chicane. Irlando looks behind him as he's turning the wheel at more than 130 Ks through turn number 1. Pex right on his tail. Fastest lap of the race, no surprise, because he's closed up on the back of Irlando. Vigano puts a little bit of a gap between himself and the Energy Course driver. Lorandi now up into 5th. 6th place, I should say. Davies is just ahead in 5th. We take a look at the replay of the start. An incident further back, I'm pretty sure that was Iacovacci. Andreas Johansson. Unfortunately, we've already lost Christopher Zani also. Across the start-finish line, the gap is 0.39 of a second from Fabian Federer to Matteo Vigano. Fastest lap of the race for Tommaso Mosca in the Maranello kart. The Italian is in 12th, but charging. He's right on the tail of Alessio Piccini. Down the inside. Well, that was a half defensive move from Irlando and a half think about making a move on the driver in front of him, Vigano. Pex still all over the back. He's really quick. He set the fastest lap a few moments ago, did the Dutchman, but he's waiting for the perfect opportunity to make his move. It may not come, Stan. You may have to force the issue to get up onto the podium. Again, Vigano, very ragged, very spectacular, down through the chicane. The Italian in the top car. 0.3 of a second last time, it's out to 0.4. They're still not letting Federer get away, but he's got a little bit of breathing space. Pex down the inside. The Dutchman puts the CRG up into 3rd spot. Let's see if the Energy Course driver can respond. Alex Irlando started from pole. He's now back to 4th. And Dylan Davies, the Dutchman, knows he's in trouble. It's CRG 1, 3, and 5. The top cart second, the energy cart is fourth. The Tony cart of Leonardo Lorandi still sits in position number 6. Make that 7, because you just got a glimpse of Kramer's going through the Piroulat, now up inside the top 6. He takes Lorandi, then it's Chalenta. They come across the line. Chalenta tries to respond. Tornquist up there also, ahead of Mosca. Tom Luay, Alessio Piccini, Francesco Iacovacci, Zanchi Scaris, Luca Corberi, the first round winner, way down in position number 16. There's Vigano. .340, Perilla powered top cart. The gap last time was 0.56 of a second, but Vigano's done a couple of faster sectors. Let's see if he's making inroads on Federer. Stays the same, fastest lap for Pex this time. Irlando in fourth spot. And starting to lose pace with the leaders. Dylan Davies, the Dutchman, starting to catch the Italian. Kramer's up into 6th, and he's put a little bit of space between himself and Leonardo Lorandi. Then we go back to Francesco Chalenta, Tommaso Mosca, Tornquist, Tom Luay in the first of the 30 carts. Pex right on the tail of the top cart driver. He's going to be in the slipstream. Watch him. Vigano will be able to hear that vortex engine of Stan Pex before he knows it. He'll be able to actually hear him. He'll be able to sense him before he can actually see the front nose cone off that CRG. This is where Pex forced the issue with Irlando a few laps ago. Down into turn number 5, too far back this time. Starting to get a little bit dark here and overcast here at Adria Raceway. Hopefully we don't get a few drops of rain. This is only third race distance as Pex goes down the inside. The Dutchman's now up into second spot after lap 8 of 24. We take a look at the replay. The Dutchman, Pex in the CRG, slides it down the inside in the Vegas sweeper. Vigano saw him coming, had to give way down through the gearbox to slow it down ever so slightly more, as well as the front wheel discs. Pex up into second, Vigano back to third. Federer has now got a lead of 1.004 seconds. It's CRG 1 and 2 here at Adria. This is the chassis that won the World Championship. In fact, finishing 1 and 2 on that occasion as well. Le Mans in September of last year with Jure Pex and Paolo De Conto. Can they repeat here this afternoon? They're looking good because Vigano, not only is he back to third, but he's losing pace with the Dutchman, Pex. Let's check if he can catch the leader, Federer. It was 1.004 last time. As they come to start lap number 10. It's down to 0.9, so he's taken a 10th out of him that time. The same lap that he was passing the top cart driver, Matteo Vigano. Davies still doing a good job in position number 5. Head of Kramer's, Lorandi, Mosca in the Maranello cart. Piccini under attack from Francesco Iacovacci for the top 10. And they're trying to chase down Francesco Chalenta in front of them. There is Pex. He is pulling away from Vigano. Still a long way to go in this race. This is not even half race distance. It was 1.004 previously. It was 0.96. The gap last time, it's out to 1.2 seconds this time. So Federer's putting in the big ones. In fact, Federer has said, come and catch me, boys. He lays down an incredible lap time. 47.635. He was 0.3 of a second faster than every other driver that last time around. Federer determined to win here. Could he be in contention? I know I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but he had a second in the opening round in essay. If he has a good result here and potentially a win, could he be in contention for his second European Championship in 2016? He's doing everything right. The Modena-powered CRG comes across the line, up through the gearbox. There's Federer, Pex, Vigano. The gap stays at 1.2. Pex responds. He also does a 47.6. There's Piccini going through. Jacobacci, Corberi. Norris, Alexander Dahlberg, you just got a glimpse of. Harold Simon, the Czech driver at the back of the field there, still lapping, trying to chase down Kalasma Johansson and Alicio Merono Martinez, who we saw on the pre-grid. Vigano, the gap remains the same between the Italian and the Dutchman. There is Federer. That unmistakable style hunched over the steering wheel. He comes past our commentary position. 3 floors high here at Adria. Flashes by at around about 80 miles an hour. There is Piccini, Corberi. Matteo Zanchi's dropped back a little bit. Zani going through, Merono Martinez, Johansson, Kalasma. Back to the Dutchman, Stan Pex. He took a 10th out of Federer at that time. We've only just passed half race distance, so still plenty of time for Stan Pex to catch the leaders. The leader, I should say, Federer. The gap last time was 1.109 seconds. It's down to 0.8. Here comes Stan. He's taken 3/10 out of the Italian that time. We know that Federer is a very passionate driver, very aggressive. I'd hate to think what his heartbeat would be driving that CRG machine. It'd have to be up around 170, 180 beats a minute, hunched over the steering wheel. It looks like an awkward style. Every time he grabs a gear, it looks as though he's going to rip the shifter knob out of the kart. Very, very aggressive. A clean driver, though. Stan Pex, traditional Dutch smooth style. Down to 0.8 of a second. So, ladies and gentlemen, with 10 laps to go, we've got a race on our hands. The second round of the Euro Champs here at Adria. There's Vigano still in 3rd spot. Irlando, the pole sitter, he's off the podium. There he is. Just going through now behind Vigano. The top kart leading the energy kart. Pex has got the gap down to 0.8 of a second. Here he comes. He's obviously set that kart up to come on late in the race. It's starting to get a little bit dark here. We've actually got a few drops of rain on the commentary box window. It is raining here at Adria. We started the race in beautiful sunshine. Federer drifts wide. He will see the raindrops on his helmet visor. You can see the wheel spinning out of the hairpin. With 9 laps to go, the track is wet. It is now raining. The track is deteriorating in condition. Look how Irlando nervously goes around the final corner. Wow, as if this was not sensational enough. We started in sunshine, 15 laps in. The rain comes down. Tornquist goes through, just ahead of Tom Louet. The gap is still about 1.1 seconds, but the big factor is the track is wet. Stan Pex wheel spins, trying to put 50 horsepower from that Vortex engine down onto a wet, slippery Adria surface. The Modena-powered CRG of the race leader, Federer. Over the ripple strip, the kart snaps sideways, uses the gearbox to decelerate into the hairpin, launches it up, trying to minimize wheel spin from those Vegas slick tires. Just a few drops of rain, but enough to throw chaos into this race. Vigano still 3rd. Irlando, is this his best chance to get back onto the podium? The Italian who started off pole is back to 4th. There are 7 laps remaining. The gap is 2 seconds, although to be fair, it does change considerably in these conditions. It's still CRG 1 and 2. You saw the red and yellow striped flag to signify that the conditions have deteriorated on the circuit. 6 laps to go. There's the red and yellow flag. Wheel spin one more time for Federer. The left Vegas over the ripple strip here at Adria. Pex, he knows this is his chance to win. He came second at the third and final round of the 2015 European Champs at his home track in Genk. He's second again, but he's on the tail of the leader. It's much harder to lead. Look at Pex, he's closed right up now. It's barely raining now. It has eased off. It's just a few drops. Whoever can sort out the conditions first will go on and lead. I can tell you it's now CRG 1, 2, and 3 because Dylan Davies is into third spot. He's got around not only Vigano, but Irlando. Tommaso Mosca in the Maranello karts doing superbly. He's up inside the top 6. Vigano's back into 7th. 5.5 laps to go. Pex on the tail. Pex up the inside. The Dutchman has gone through to lead. It is CRG 1, 2, and 3. But it's the Dutchman, Stan Pex, younger brother of the reigning world champion, who now leads for the first time today. Federer, who's done all the hard work, is back to second. He hasn't given up though. This is the wettest part of the track, the hairpin. Sideways like a WRC rally car. And that's cost Pex. Federer retakes the lead. What a race we've got going on here at Adria. Pex, can he accelerate up the start-finish straight? Look at them grab another gear. Wheel spinning up through the gearbox. Dylan Davies, the Dutchman, he's there in third spot. Federer with 6 laps remaining. 5 now because Pex takes the outside line. Around the outside, can he do it? Pex back into the lead. Sensational stuff here at Adria. Can Federer respond? This is brilliant, brilliant stuff. CRG 1, 2, and 3. Holland 1 and 3. The Italian Federer is in second. Tommaso Mosca up into 4th. Can the Maranello kart driver pull off a miraculous win here this afternoon? Pex, Federer, Dylan Davies, CRG, CRG, and again CRG, Holland, Italy, Holland, Vortex, Modena, and Dylan Davies using the TM. Sensational stuff. Look at them trying to get traction out of those Vegas slicks on a wet track in the wettest part of the circuit. Unbelievable stuff here. Pex, that is not a traditional racing line. The red flag has come out though. Wow, the red flag has come out. The race has been stopped. It may well be declared. We will wait for the official results. We have completed 19 laps. Normally we go back a lap to lap 18. Wow, what a final we are witnessing here this afternoon in Adria. I'm not going to say who may have won the race. It's either, obviously, Federer or Pex. We may actually restart for the last few laps of the race, or it may be declared. We will wait for official confirmation from the stewards here at Adria. We are running, of course, to FIA, CIK regulations. Either way, I think we can declare, if it has been declared, the race, you can see how wet it is in the hairpin, that it is a CRG 1, 2, and 3. Dylan Davies with a brilliant drive. The rain certainly helped him. The Dutchman, if the race has been declared, has climbed up onto the 3rd step of the podium. Although we will wait official confirmation because we may yet restart for the final few laps. What a sensational final. We know that they have completed 19 laps. Our timing screens are showing that. And after 19 laps, it was Federer, Pex, Davies. Mosca was 4th. The Italian in the Maranello kart from grid number 15. We do not know if the race has been declared yet. We are looking for official confirmation one way or the other. we have had the red flag displayed on lap 19. Remember, in the previous lap, the lead changed twice between Pex and Federer. I'm just looking at the race director. As we look at the replay, or we don't. Yeah, I'm just looking at the race director, Mr. Nigel Edwards, and he's signifying that the race has finished. Is that correct, Nigel? That is the checkered flag. We have completed 19 laps. We take a look at the highlights. Alex Irlando, remember, he started on pole position. He has been classified in 5th place at this stage. The race has been declared. The question is it after 18 or 19 laps? Pretty sure it's a CRG 1, 2, and 3. This was a brilliant battle early on. Vigano, Pex, Federer, Irlando down the inside of Vigano. Vigano holding off Pex, who started to make his charge. Amazing to think this was a dry track just a few moments ago. Then it started to rain. You saw the red and yellow flags. We persisted. The race has been declared. Look at them trying to get traction. The CRGs, Federer, Pex, and Davies. It did dry up. This was the driest part of the circuit, down into turn number 1, but eventually the officials have said enough. We have completed the required minimum distance, and the race has been red flagged. And that is, in fact, the checkered flag. We're awaiting official confirmation.